They told them to play it safe. They told them to stay in their comfort zone. Never wander too far. Never risk too much. They told them courage was for other people. For the heroes, the leaders, the ones who were born strong. They told them fear was a warning sign. That fear meant stop, turn back, give up. That fear was proof they weren't ready. But they began to wonder, what if fear wasn't the enemy? What if fear was the signal that they were standing on the edge of growth? What if courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the decision to keep walking while afraid? Because that voice, the one that says, step forward, even when you shake, that voice has a name. It's called courage. They told them they weren't brave enough. They told them they were too ordinary, too quiet, too fragile. They told them courage belonged to someone else. They told them courage was only for the reckless, the daring and the strong. They told them courage meant fearlessness, and since fear lived in their chest, it meant that they had no courage. But doubt misunderstood. Courage is not fearlessness. Courage is moving with fear still present. It is the hand that trembles and still reaches forward. It is the voice that shakes and still speaks the truth. It is the step that wavers and still moves ahead. Doubt told them fear was proof of weakness, but resilience revealed fear was proof of opportunity. Fear only shows up when something matters, and courage only grows when fear is near. They told them taking risks would ruin them, and sometimes it almost did. They tried and failed. They leapt and fell. They risked and lost. Each failure left scars. Each mistake left pain. Each setback whispered, "See, they were right. You're not brave enough." But courage was not built in comfort. Courage was forged in fire. And fire burns. But fire also strengthens. They discovered the truth. Courage is not proven when everything goes right. Courage is proven when everything goes wrong and you still refuse to quit. The struggle didn't mean they lacked courage. The struggle meant they were learning it. They told them no one rises after that much failure, but they did. Not quickly, not without pain, not without doubt still whispering in the background, but they rose. Because every risk that hurt also healed. Every fall taught them how to stand taller. Every wound became wisdom. They began to see fear differently, not as a wall, but as a door. Not as a chain, but as a challenge. And with each small act of courage, the fear grew smaller. The voice of doubt quieter, and the strength of their spirit louder. Courage wasn't one grand gesture, it was dozens of small choices every day to step forward when standing still would have been easier. They told them courage would destroy them, but courage built them. They told them courage was for the fearless, but standing tall, they finally understood. The bravest people in the world are not the ones who feel no fear. They are the ones who feel fear deeply and keep moving anyway. Courage didn't erase the fear, it transformed the relationship with it. Fear was no longer a stop sign, it was a compass pointing to where the growth lived, where the purpose waited, where the future was being built. And now, courage was no longer a distant idea. It was their daily reality. It was the reason they stood in triumph. They told them courage was for someone else. They told them to play it safe. They told them fear was proof they weren't enough. But they discovered the truth. Courage doesn't belong to a chosen few. It belongs to anyone willing to move forward while afraid. So now, it's your turn. What has fear been whispering to you? What step have you been avoiding? What dream have you been delaying because the risk feels too heavy? They told them courage wasn't theirs, but courage belongs to all who claim it. And courage is waiting inside you. Not someday, not later, now. So take the step, make the move, do it afraid. Because they told them courage was for others, but they proved it was always theirs.